see what's back here.
Look at that. The elven parts of these ruins aren't just bits from the Fade. We actually lived here.
This place used to be full of spirits who flocked to Solus's cause. When his ritual went wrong, when everything went wrong, he vanished and the spirits stopped coming. Where are you, my friend? You stopped the Avenuris but broke the world. Please tell me you didn't leave me to fix all this alone. Belasan. Oh man. Oh, there's another wolf statue up there.
It's another of those statuettes, the memory fragments. And it's just sitting there.
What the fuck?
Watch out.
Oh shit. Why am I poisoned?
That one, no!
Oh my god. Where did you come from?
Rain incoming!
Hitting us from range.
They're at range!
Hitting us from range.
Get me out of this corner! Oh my god.
Ranged incoming.
I'm a welder's range.
Take him down!
A trap. That statue was a fake.
Oh!
But if the Fade is mostly reflections of something else, the real one could be close. You can tell this statuette is the real thing, a memory fragment. And not just because it was very well guarded.
Suitably spooky.
This is it. No sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl, what a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rook.
Charmed.
Oh, charmed.
I didn't expect such a warm welcome. Considering.
Please, don't be put off. The workforce is perfectly harmless.
Is that part of the workforce?
I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here.
We shall help, I'm guessing?
I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Yeah.
Toward that screaming.
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Something weird up ahead.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Take your word for it.
Careful, Rook. It singled you out. It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Oh, I am loving this location.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Their condition is
Undead
enemy,
in a
so...
while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
What does that mean?
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things.
Oh, this music, too. I'm
I
finally
must free
like...
that bell.
Oh,
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it.
that fighting
We'll
music
need a wisp to unseal
was
the
the
doors
first
leading
time
out.
I was
Could you please
genuinely
find what
really
can bring it
vibing
here?
with the
Okay.
soundtrack, actually.
How?
Give your greetings, and the wisp will follow.
Yeah, I wish that more of the soundtrack was like that. That actually felt really original and fun. Like fitting of the vibe, I mean. Oh, more music.
Finish them off! Great job, Rook! You'll have to teach me that one, Professor.
Like, it's not just me, right? That music is actually genuinely really, really good. Like, the first time I really felt something from the music in this game. Everything else has been so bland.
Magic. It drains everything around it.
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't it?
The necropolis rearranges itself every so often.
I remember reading that in Down Among the Dead Men, and I thought it was a really cool touch. The necropolis just like has a mind of its own. It's almost like a character itself. It's very cool to think about.
Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
Do you
Probably
think a person's
Venatori.
behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction.
Venatori, calling it
There's a
right
fight
now.
ahead. Will forth, Rook.
Ranged incoming.
Take the last blow!
How do we get rid of all these despair demons?
Their source is near the bell you saw earlier. Ringing it will banish them. But we must find who lured them there in the first place. Tell me, Rook, where are you from?
I spent most of my life in Antiva.
Am I correct in guessing you're one of the crows?
Yes.
At your service.
You must tell me about your journeys once we're above ground.
I like how Emmerich is totally chill with that. Damn.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin.
Oh, the body is who we're consulting? Damn.
By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair! Who brought it here?
Venatori.
Yeah.
The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Oh.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it. The Sunken Star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right. There's one chain.
Excellent.
Guests!
Kill them all, but save the limbs.
Got it.
Kill them all but save the limbs. What the fuck?
Trouble coming.
We grant it.
There.
Do not fail the gods.
That's the last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell.
Can we jump down? I guess so.
Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori?
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
There's the Venatori. Emmerich, now what?
Now, the grand necropolis shows itself.
Yeah? Ooh.
Worked! Those despair demons are just gone.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you, but come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory?
What?
The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from. Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Let's go now.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent Oniric disruptions.
At the least, the implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
Manfred!
Well, hi. And thanks.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open to get to the Blight. And they've already messed with it. Demons, tears in reality. Our team needs a Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navara. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
Yay!
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
You're good in a fight. We went through a lot of demons.
I've faced worse in the necropolis.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful! I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
Aww!
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navara, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmerich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
Who the fuck is that?
A third edition of the Unnameable Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
Aw, they're nerding
I'd
out
love
together.
to. Oh, Rook, you probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in.
Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes. What a fascinating place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
Oh, I can flirt already, can I? Not this playthrough, but man, I'm kind of tempted. He is very charming.
It's great. Big, mysterious, lots of art, everyone's got their own room.
It'd be easy to fall in love with such a place.
I think Balara has.
She's been quite welcoming. However, I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls. My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
Don't worry, bud, I'll protect you.
We're still getting used to one another.
True, and yet...
Give it time. We'll settle in.
Oh, he's got a
please
book
excuse
there.
me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, Buddy's got a quest already.
By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Veilguard asked if we could assist with an outbreak of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis. I'm not sure what's frightened them, but it bears investigation.
Hauntings and scared wisps? Let's look into it.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
Did I see you writing a message to the Inquisition? What's that about?
You know Varric and I were part of the Inquisition, right? I'm trying to get news about the South. But Charter hasn't replied to any of my messages. I'm trying not to worry about what's happening there, but... No, it's probably fine. Charter's just busy. She's always busy.
Charter. Who's that?
She's the Inquisition's spy master.
Ooh.
Or she would be, if there was still an Inquisition. I suppose she just works for the Inquisitor now?
I like that it was Charter who took over Liliana's position.
I haven't heard much about the Inquisition in years.
Oh, that's intentional. When the breach was open, we needed a large group to stop Southern Thetis from falling into chaos. It's changed in the years since. We're a smaller force working underground to keep an eye on things going on in the world.
Why isn't she here? We could use a hand.
Charter entrusted the search for Solus to Varric, to us. The world's large and she's got many things to deal with.
So how long were you with the Inquisition? 10 years?
Something like that. Why?
You
Just
must
trying
know
to
the
figure out the
Inquisitor.
timeline.
Well, yeah, we worked together. I wasn't part of the Inquisitor's inner circle, though. I spent more time with the ordinary people, the ones you didn't hear about.
And the Inquisitor's advisors, what about them?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite. She's lovely. She still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my name day.
Aww.
Cullen and I got along too.
Ugh.
But he was always busy. He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes. And I would share the tea that my ma sent. He's from Ferelden too. Maybe it reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying as she sounds. Oh, I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
A nug?
Yeah, that sounds
Those
like her.
small pink rodent things. What for?
She loved them and made a hobby of breeding them as pets.
So, did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug?
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others. Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the mess. She was really the only one who could make Rainier, well, Blackwall then, let down his guard.
Aww.
Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses. And there was Cole, of course.
The spirit boy?
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something about them. Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not to laugh. Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
Yeah, that sounds like Cole.
Who stores eyes under their bed? I'm partial to a nice wall display myself.
Well, that's one interpretation that never occurred to me. Thanks.
You're welcome. Wasn't Cole an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Aha, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
Do you miss it? The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solus. What did you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
He's a jerk. You know what? I think that's what my rook would say.
You mean it's hard not to be lonely when you're a pompous ass?
Something like that.
You can say it, you know. Try it out. Solus is a pompous ass.
Maybe he is, but I can still feel sorry for him, can't I? Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire, and here I am rambling about the past.
No,
I
this
should
is
let
good,
you go.
Harding.
Talk later?
I really enjoyed that conversation.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels, fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance. How would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
Okay, what's going on here?
Where or who'd you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The arms were recovered from a charnel pit. The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
Aww.
What does Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity are voracious learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions. With guidance, of course.
Yep. Same to you.
It's just Manfred's way of saying hello. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead, inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
Interesting. Can I skip this? It's creepy. No, I'm not saying that. That's rude. Emmerich clearly cares a lot about this.
I can't answer that. Can you?
I've come to believe there is a return. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
As well as a certain mischievousness. Manfred.
Manfred, mind your manners. Got you a gift, babe.
How thoughtful, Rook.